muscle and the muscle test and range of motion. We're going to start with central and governing because you know it's always good to see these things more than once. Central for the supraspinatus, for the brain. It's your zombie fig leaves muscle. I'm going to apply pressure to the outside of the wrist, and we're going to bring the arm in. It's a 45-degree angle. The supraspinatus sits on top of the shoulder blade. Let me show you on this side, and in like that. Teres major, I'm going to bring you to the side. Teres major is next to the shoulder blade. It also connects into the armpit. And you are going to bring them into a kind of a chicken wing position. Hold on to the shoulder that you're testing. Apply a little bit of pressure to the elbow, and you're going to bring the arm forward. And the same on this side. I'm holding onto the shoulder. I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure to the elbow to bring that arm forward. That's central. And governing. Stomach, levator scapula. It's the same muscle position as the rhomboids, but what you're going to do to get the rhomboids out the way is I'm going to get Tracy to lean towards me. The arm that I'm testing, you lean towards, and you bring this arm slightly out just to disengage that rhomboid. I'm going to hold on to the shoulder that I'm testing, and I'm going to apply pressure to the elbow to bring the elbow out. Let's do it on this side. You're going to lean towards me, you're going to have the arm slightly out, and I'm going to pull the elbow out for levator scapula. For the stomach, posterior neck. So posterior neck is the back neck muscles, connects into the shoulders and comes up into the occiput. So we don't do the central one, we're going to do the side muscles. Tracy is going to lean her head back and turn her head to the side. I am going to fulcrum on the chest, and I'm going to apply pressure to the back of the head at the centre and bring the head forward. Tracy is going to lean to the left for the first test, and then lean a little bit more to the left for the next test. Then she's going to lean to the right. I'm going to keep my hand in the same position. That's going to go forward, and then she's going to lean a little bit more to the right. My hand stays in the same position. It's her head that changes. So that's posterior neck. For the stomach. Spleen, opponus pollicis. I'm going to bring you a little bit closer because we want to see these. So opponus pollicis, this muscle here, it's this thumb muscle. And to test it, we're going to bring the thumb and the little finger together. I am going to take my thumb and apply it to the pinky mound, I guess that's what you call it, fulcruming tight onto the hand. And then I'm going to apply pressure to the thumb to pull that away. I'm going to do that again, but a little bit better, like that. So again, I'm holding on to, so this is her right wrist, I'm using my left hand to take hold, and I'm going to apply pressure to the right thumb to pull that away. That is spleen for opponus pollicis. We are going to do triceps for the spleen. Triceps are on the back of the arms, and the muscle test for this is we are going to be in this position. I'm going to slightly turn you so that everybody can see. I'm going to hold on to the elbow, and I'm going to apply pressure to the back of the wrist to bring that forward. Let's try it this side and hold like that. Lovely. Spleen for triceps. Let's do heart subscapularis, even though you've seen it a few times. Always good to repeat these things. I am going to hold on to her elbow. I'm going to apply lightly my elbow into her waist. I'm going to drop the shoulder down, make sure she really relaxes the shoulder, and I'm going to apply pressure to the back of the wrist. Subscapularis for the heart. Relax that shoulder, and I'm going to bring the wrist forward. Let's have a look at the abs. The abs for small intestine. We've done rectus abs in level 2. Transverse and obliques are for level 3. They are the muscles on the side. Obliques are the ones that enable us to twist. So I'm going to ask Tracy to crunch forward because we want to engage those abs, and she's in this starting position. For the transverse, I am going to get her to twist around to the side, and I'm going to hold on to the opposite hip, and I'm going to apply pressure to the shoulder that's coming forward. So I'm going to get her to twist again, and we're just going straight back. That is for transverse. We're in the same position for obliques, but instead of going straight back, I'm going to untwist her. So I'm going to apply pressure. I'm going to hold on to the opposite hip. I'm going to apply pressure to the shoulder that I'm testing. And my aim is to untwist her. So transverse, straight back, obliques, you're having a twist. That's small intestine, transverse and oblique abdominals. Bladder, anterior and posterior tibs. Can you grab a seat and sit far back so hopefully you can see? Anterior tibials are on the front of the shins. And this is your pedal, this is your car pedal muscle. So you're going to hold on to, can you see? You're going to hold on to the back of the ankle, you're going to bring the foot up, and I'm going to take hold of the top of the foot and bring the foot down. That's anterior tibials. For posterior tibs, I want to, it's actually on the, it's a bit of a twist and it's on the back of the calf. This muscle, you want to point the toe in, pointy pigeon, it's a pigeon toe, pointy pigeon in. I've got hold of the back of the foot and I'm going to apply pressure to the bottom of the foot to bring it up. It's kind of the opposite action to the perineus that we learned in weekend 1. So I'm going to, can you see, I've got a pointy pigeon position and I'm going to pull that foot up and out. I'm going to do it on this side. So hopefully you can see, she's pointy pigeon, I've got hold of the back of the ankle and we're going up and out. That is anterior and posterior tibials for the bladder. Kidney, upper trapezius, this muscle is in the neck. To bring it to, it's actually part of the shrugging, that's our upper trapezius for the kidney. And we are going to bring the shoulder up, we're going to bring the ear towards the shoulder, and then I'm going to take my hands and apply pressure to release those two that are sat together. So the ear and the shoulder are sat together, and I'm going to pull them apart for upper trapezius for the kidney muscle test. Circulation 6, gluteus maximus. So we've done gluteus medius, which sits on top. Gluteus maximus is our big old bum muscle. They are hard workers and they give a lot of support to the back and to the neck, so that it's important that they're working. I'm going to ask Tracy to bring her leg, she's going to do a right angle, but what's important is that she leans the leg back. That's when you can feel the gluteus maximus. That position is not enough, it needs to be leaning back. I'm going to hold on to the hip, I'm going to apply pressure to the hamstring, and I'm going to push the leg forward. I'm going to do it on this side. So bring the leg back, I'm going to hold on to the hip, and I'm pushing against the hamstring to test the gluteus maximus for circulation 6. Triple warmer, I've got 3 adrenal muscles, all in the legs. Gracilis is inner thigh, sits next to the adductors. To test this, it is the same as the adductors, but what we're doing is we're pigeon toeing. We're turning that foot inwards. So Tracy turns her foot in, that's right, and what I'm going to do is apply pressure to push the leg out. I'm holding on to both ankles, and the ankle that I'm testing, the leg I'm testing, I'm going to push out. That's gracilis. For gastrocnemius, hold on to the chair. Gastrocnemius is your calf muscle. It's the superficial calf muscle. I want Tracy to bend her leg and point her toe. For gastrocnemius, it's at a 45-degree angle, so it's lower down. It's the toe is closer to the ground. I'm going to hold on to the knee and I'm going to apply pressure to the back of the ankle and pushing down. I'm not sure if you can see that very clearly, but I'm hoping my description is enough. So it's at a 45-degree angle and I'm pushing the leg down. For soleus, it's the same muscle test, it's still with a pointed toe, but what I'm going to do is be at a right angle. So I'm going to apply pressure to the back of the ankle and I'm going to push down. Soleus is underneath the gastrocnemius, so they're very similar muscle tests. The gastrocnemius is lower to the ground, the soleus is at a 45-degree angle. That is for the adrenal, so triple warmer. Gallbladder, popliteus, you know, but I'm going to demonstrate it again as it's in our list. Tracy's going to sit down and she's going to turn her foot pigeon-toed in, and I'm going to use the foot as a lever. So I'm going to bend the knee. The lever is, the popliteus is on the back of the knee, so make sure that they are feeling that muscle working when you're doing the test, you've got the pigeon toe in, you are going to apply pressure to move the foot out. That's popliteus for the gallbladder. Liver rhomboids, this is another repeat, but good to see it again. Rhomboids is the Christmas tree muscle on the back. It's here and here. I'm going to make sure that her elbow is leaning back. It's your chicken wings. Bring the elbow back. I'm going to hold on to the shoulder that I'm testing, apply a little bit of pressure to the elbow, and I'm bringing that elbow out. Same with this side, holding onto the shoulder, holding onto the elbow, applying pressure to the elbow to bring the elbow out. For rhomboids, for liver. Lungs, we've got two. Brachialis is a little muscle that connects the arm and the sort of top of the shoulder, the chest. The position is at a 45-degree angle with the arm out. Yeah, it's a bit, come on, it's that muscle. I have no other way of being able to describe this. I'm going to hold on to the elbow, I'm going to fulcrum onto the shoulder, and I'm going to push the elbow into the waist. So you can see it's like that, pushing in the elbow towards the waist for brachialis. For diaphragm, I'm going to use an indicator muscle. I'm going to contact find the xiphoid process and come a little bit to the left. I'm going to get Tracy to take a big deep breath in. The diaphragm is part of the lung structure. It's a muscle that enables us to breathe deeply. So by taking a big deep breath, she's engaging the diaphragm. The diaphragm expands like a balloon when she takes a big deep breath in. She's going to contact that just left of the xiphoid process, and she's going to take a deep breath in, and I'm going to test an indicator muscle to see if that's unlocking. For the diaphragm, for lungs, we're coming to the last muscle, large intestine, hamstrings. A very similar test. The hamstrings are on the back of the thigh. Again, big old muscle worker. You've got a relaxed foot. It is the same position as soleus, but with a relaxed foot. I'm going to hold on to the knee. I'm going to apply pressure to the back of the ankle, and I'm going to push the leg down. That is hamstrings, large intestine. That is level 3 muscles.